Hey, welcome back. This is the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour, and we're dealing with the I don't wannas of life. And we were talking earlier about all the different I don't wannas that Susan and I are going through and have gone through and probably will go through in the future, right?
Probably for the rest of our life.
Yeah, you know, it's like I was thinking during the break about how when we're off fishing someplace and how I just don't want to come back. I mean, the only reason I come back is because we're out of propane or something, you know?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. So what do you got?
Well, I have an email from John.
Yeah.
And it pertains to what we were just talking about.
Okay.
Where is the line between what you don't want to do and really shouldn't do, and what you don't want to do and need to buck up and do anyway?
Whoa.
If so much of this feeling really is a head game, how do I differentiate between the two?
Yeah. Well, there's integrity. What did I say I was going to do that I need to go be my word and do?
So that
and then
would be what
there's
it, yeah.
then there's health, and then there's planning for, you know, retirement funding, so on and so forth. And then there's the things of, you know, you also have to have time off, and you also have to have fun, and so on and so forth. But it's all about, you know, life balance. That's why I started doing Clay Nelson Life Balance years ago, was all about how do I manage all these different ways you can go and all these decisions you have to make. And it's all about getting real straight, is you have to have a plan and get organized about what you are going to say yes to and what you're not going to say yes to. Mm-hmm. And then in my case, because I have so much fun doing all the different things I do, I have to have this huge team of people that holds me accountable for doing what I said I was going to do. You know, because sometimes I don't want to.
Really?
Get it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so the answer to that question is you have to have a plan. You
Good.
have to be able
All
to
right.
take yourself on and plan for it and have people to hold you accountable for
All
what
right.
your plan says.
Thanks, John, for the email.
That's really cool.
And I got before you get started
There's
here.
another anonymous here. Mr. Anonymous, he's on twice today. You know, Anonymous, that guy's really starting to get popular.
Well, it might even be a woman. You never know.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it might.
I don't want to.
All right.
Go
Well,
ahead.
I really like Shirley MacLaine,
Yeah,
the
she's
actress.
cool.
It says, and one of her quotes is, "I think of life itself now as a wonderful play that I've written for myself, and so my purpose is to have the utmost fun playing my part."
Yeah.
Right on, Shirley. And then Colleen Barrett, "Work is either fun or drudgery. It depends on your attitude. I like fun."
Yeah. I mean, that is so true.
Yeah.
All right. And it gets back to what I say all the time is that you are the only person that has a say in how your life turns out. And you can either want to play or you don't want to play.
Like
all right?
when you say complain or create.
Yeah. It's like,
do you
think
choose?
about this now. What happens if you don't want to play and you're making yourself wrong for it? Or if you don't want to play and you're pushing it aside, like, I can't be that way. I can't not want to. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, what happens when you resist something, you know, constantly all the time?
It's going to keep hitting you in the fanny.
It keeps coming back. And the reason that is because the part that you don't want to do, the part that you don't want to participate in, all right, it has to stay in your conscious mind. And anything that stays in your conscious mind long enough, you actually become. So the I don't want to will wear you down. Absolutely wear you down. So you got to kind of just let it flow through you and just clear it. You know, I was talking before the break about clearing, about writing it down, about speaking it to your maker, about calling up your friends, say, you know, I don't want to play today. And they can just get it and let you know it's okay not to want to play, except for, you know, if you have kids, what's your obligation there? If you have a job, you have to, you know, pay your rent. And if you have a health problem, you got to take care of that.
Yeah.
So it's all about, you know, bringing family into it and stepping out of living in the Lone Ranger act in your cave in your head all by yourself. Your head gets you to the land of I don't wanna. Your head by yourself will not get you out of the land of I don't wanna. So I don't wanna can only be eliminated or dissipated by asking for help, speaking to another, or getting into action. You know, how about this? There's a lot of times when I don't want to be in life, I don't want to talk to anybody, or get this, I actually don't like someone, all right? And I find that I don't ever want to be in the I don't want to world, get on my Harley. You don't ever want to go 70 miles an hour down the freeway with an attitude. Not a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So I go to the track, and I go over to City College, and I just walk or, you know, fast walk around the track. You know, I didn't say run, honey.
Yeah,
No. So I fast walk around the track, and then when I get past the really major I don't wanna, I start running the stairs. Pardon me, walking the stairs.
One at a time.
One at a time. And by the time I get through exercising, all right, the I don't wannas have disappeared. So my point is, the best way to get past the I don't want to play, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do it your way, I want to do it my way, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to do that job, I don't like it, all right? I've earned the right to be right. By the way, I'm 64 years old, and I don't want to. You know all that baloney that the mind makes up? exercise really dissipates that really radically.
Yeah, I just thought of something.
What?
If we just took the don't out of I don't want to.
Oh, duh.
Just-
And then change it to I wanna.
Yeah.
Are you planting a seed in me? I feel like I've been handled mentally just now. You know what I mean? Okay, all right. So the I don't want is, can be dealt with by clearly just getting out of your head and getting into action. Now, what about I don't want to give that speech? What about I don't want to be the leader? What about I don't want to collect the money?
I don't want to fill out that application.
I don't want to fill out the application. But what about those kind of I don't want us, where you can't walk away from them? Those are breakthroughs. You can break through on those also by asking for help. And the help is called accountability. So it's all about getting straight around who you are, who you're not, what you need. Oh, did I plant a seed there? Did I plant a seed back?
Accountability.
Oh, yeah. All right. So what about being held accountable for, acknowledging when you don't want to, and then acknowledging you need help to get out of the I don't want us, and then moving forward into, like you said, take the don't out and go from an I don't want to, all right, to a I want to. Now, the truth is managing a whole bunch of I want us is a lot harder than managing one I don't want to. Success is a lot harder to manage than struggle. Okay?
Yeah.
People know how to struggle, know how to barely make it, know how to work really hard and try and, all those big words. And then when they get to being successful, they actually get what they want. A lot of times folks sabotage it because they don't know how to manage success.
Well, okay, so just like saying it, for instance,
Yeah.
like you have a to-do list.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff on there you don't want to do.
Yeah.
But when you just decide to, as John says, buck it up and just go for it,
Yeah.
then you can make your list.
Yep.
And just as you decide you're going to do one thing on the list, and
Yeah.
just cross it off. I mean,
Yeah.
that feels so good to me, just to be able to cross off something on a list.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel better about going forward about doing the next one on the list. Like see all these things crossed off.
Yeah, but
Just-
when you, now let me that's very good. Now what do you call making a list, doing the first one, going to the second one? It's called getting into action, right? It's getting out of your head, and just to get a piece of paper and a pen. No, just even to get to the thinking it takes to. Okay, if I make a list,
get
just
organized.
that.
Yeah.
just that gets you out of your head, gets you out of the I don't want to syndrome, where you're, quite frankly, your tokus takes over your brain and you sit down and you pout, or you sit down and you don't feel loved, or you sit down and don't feel appreciated,
Yeah.
or you sit down and you actually get into nobody cares, so why should I? That kind of stuff that people do. The way to get out of that is very simply write it down.
Well, I was just noticing, I was thinking about what Kimmy said when she called in earlier, and
Yeah.
she was about the grocery store. I think, there's times I don't want to go to the grocery store.
Sure.
And it's like, I don't know what to buy. I don't know what to fix for dinner. All this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I go, okay, so then we make a list, or I make a list,
Yeah.
and I got it all figured out, and it's just easier just to go with the list,
Sure.
to go to the grocery store and just get her
Sure.
done.
Well, another example would be, boy, this is really a great show. We're just talking like, we're in our living room, huh? It's like, how many times have you said to me, well, what do you want for dinner? And I say to you, well, I don't know. And then you say, well, I don't know either. And I said, well, I don't want to talk about this. You're supposed to know. Is that ridiculous or what, right? And so what do? We instead of you go
I
to the
fix
refrigerator,
fish.
yeah, you fix fish. Yeah, okay, so we have fish, whatever, but something gets done, all right?
Yeah.
And the point I'm making here is that one of us or both of us gets into some form of action. We're not mentally stopped making someone else wrong, making ourselves wrong or whatever, and we get into action, all right? Or we decide we're going to go out, right?
Yep.
Or we call CJ and say, okay, CJ, we don't know what we want. What do you want? Right?
Yeah.
That's kind
Yeah.
of the game we do.
Yep.
So it's all about getting out of your head, getting moving. The land of I don't wanna can only take you on if you're sitting around doing nothing. If you're out doing stuff, even the stuff you don't want to do, the I don't wannas disappear. It's really cool. Okay. Again, I don't want to, but I have to go out on a break again. So you're listening to Clay and Susan Nelson. We're on talking about dealing with the I don't wantas of life. And we're doing a pretty good job, wouldn't you say? I'm pretty happy with today's show.
I'm feeling more like I want to.
Oh, yeah. Let's get out and want us some more. So it's KZSB AM 1290, your News Press radio station. So get on back here, and we will have some fun learning how to get past the I don't want us.